Hey YouTube, this is Goddess C's Journey, and I'm gonna be doing a recap of the Marriage at First Sight season 16. This is episode 8. I've been watching the episodes, but I haven't recorded anything to them because I didn't know how I was gonna do it or anything like that. But I guess. So the season starts with, this is them moving in. Basically, because I watched all the other episodes, so this is when they're looking at each other's places and deciding like which place they're gonna move into or not, or what have. So the first people we see, the first people I'm gonna talk about is Dominique and McKinley. I think that's how you say his name. And they're having major conflict. They go to Dominique's place this time around. They're having major conflict. He's upset. He barely wants to look around. She's like, look around. He's like, nah, I'm not really comfortable. So I think that he was uncomfortable because it's not his place. So she started showing him the bathroom and starting to show him around. And he doesn't seem too happy. So I'm like, uh-oh. All her nitpicking done pissed him off. So I'm like, uh-oh. She done nitpicked McKinley too much. He's starting to be real irritable. So I'm like, uh-oh. There goes everything right there. And then I was looking in the place, and I'm like, yeah, her place is nice and everything. But, yeah, the nitpicking that she's been doing all the episodes since the honeymoon, yeah, he's not too happy with her, we could tell. So, yeah, he's like, they go there, and then once they get in the car, he looks at the place. He's like, she said, you have anything to say? He's like, not really. So they drive back to his place, which is not really his place. It's like his friend's place, basically. Where he stays into the apartment. And, yeah, he wasn't too happy. So he lets her know, like, yeah, I want to stay at this apartment, like, where I'm at. Like, do you want to stay here? And she's just looking like, nah, I don't feel comfortable, because when they were in the car, he was talking about his dogs. It's the first time I'm even hearing about a dog. I'm like, he has dogs? I never even knew that. So I'm like, uh-oh. It's a problem. A problem's about to occur. Uh-oh. So it's not going too well for them at this point. They're going back and forth, and then Dominique decides that she doesn't want to move in with McKinley because, they had the argument in the car, basically. And she's not too happy with him. So she goes back to her place because she doesn't feel comfortable staying there because they got into it. So the whole thing is that I basically don't like Dominique or McKinley because I just feel like they both shouldn't be on the show anymore. I just feel like they shouldn't be on the show anymore. They both have this weird thing. Like, she's too nitpicky, and she's constantly complaining about stuff, everything about him. And then it's like him, it's like, it seems like he's not settled in the place that he's staying at, and he doesn't know what he really wants to do. Didn't know he had dogs. Now you got to consider dogs and her, and then come to find out she doesn't even like dogs. And like that, and she doesn't want the dogs on the bed, which makes sense to me, but still, it don't seem like she likes dogs or anything like that. So the next couple will go to Eris and Jasmine. So we go to Jasmine's place this episode because she went to his place last episode, and you see all his stuff, and he's very particular in his apartment. So you go to her apartment, basically her house where she's staying with her parents at this time. So you get a chance to see her place, and she has all her crowns from her pageants, things like that. So it's very interesting, and it's very nice. Like, she's won a lot of pageants. And she has a lot of crowns and titles and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, when I said I wanted a queen, they gave me a real life pageant queen. So he's all excited. But my whole thing is I don't like Eris. So I feel like he's using poor Jasmine. Jasmine's been giving and giving and giving. And it just don't seem like he's that into giving back. Like, it just seems like he just wants... it just seems like there's a friendship thing, which is nothing wrong with that because they really don't know each other. But it's like something about him. It's like he's very selfish, I guess, because he's the only child or something like that. But he's very selfish, and I don't like Eris. I do like Jasmine, though, because she's very positive, and she's making her best effort. But I think they made a mistake bringing Eris on the show because it doesn't seem like he's ready for no damn marriage or a relationship. He's just too self-centered. He's too into what he wants and what he wants and what he wants. And it's not about what he wants only. It's about everybody else as well. So I don't really like him, really. because it's a selfish person. Another person that, so she looked at his place, and then when, Pastor Cal came, and he met up with him, he admitted he's an honest person. So he did admit to him that he's attracted. He's like, physically she's attractive, but he's not attracted to her like that. Like, she's not physically what he's into. So Cal is like, what do you like about her? So of course Jasmine goes first, which she should have never did. She should have let him volunteer and let him go first. She needs to stop doing that, volunteering all the time and going first. Needs to stop. For real, because he's not into her, and I don't even think that he's really gonna pick her at the end. So I just feel like she needs to forget about him. I would just quit, really, when it comes to him, because he's never been in love. He's very, self-centered. He wouldn't even allow her to even make a decision about what she wanted to do at the place when they shared their place, what drawers she was going to pick, which side of the bathroom she was going to use, anything. It's like he made all decisions, and then she was just like, oh, okay, and I don't like that at all. So I don't think the relationship's going to work because it's one-sided. Like, she's giving and giving, he's taking and taking. You can't have it on one giver and one taker in a relationship. It's not going to work. It's going to just be toxic. Yeah, no. She needs to give that up. That's not going to work. She's not going to get what she needs. So she needs to let that go. Now we're going to go to Chris and Nicole. So Nicole did a very noble thing. She gave up her dog or what have from last episode, since he was crying like he was finna die or something. Like, he was being very dramatic. I really don't like Chris either, because this episode showed a different side to him. Like, last episode, he was definitely being manipulative with the tears and stuff. You're a grown man. You can talk for yourself. He's being very manipulative. But this episode, he showed even more of his manipulation. That whole, he gets taken advantage of. Nah, he's manipulating. That's probably why all the people left him, because his ass is a manipulator. He's one of those people that are passive aggressive, and you do underhanded stuff and then try to present off to other people like he's one way when he's really a different way. Yeah, his ass is doing some sneaky stuff, like how he's allowed to have both his dogs, and she has to give up her dog and have her dog with her dad, and her dog is a very chill dog. His one dog, Kodak, I think, or Cody, or whatever the hell his name is, it's very jumpy. That's the bad dog. And then his other dog is really nice. But my whole thing is, it's not fair. His dog should have to go with a family member or something. And they should have her dog there and one of his dogs, not both of his dogs, majority of the time. That's not fair to her, man. She didn't stand up for herself. I don't like that about Nicole. She's like, he's pushing how she feels to the back burner and trying to give to him because he claims that he's a giver. But he's not a giver. He's starting to prove like he's manipulative. He manipulated to get his way. He got his way, and now he's trying to get his way in something else. Talking about they need to, after this, when their lease is up, which, why is he bringing it up right now? I guess he wants to bring it up, but yeah, that seems kind of manipulative that now they both have to sign a lease, and she doesn't agree with that. She done said that several times, but when they go into Pastor Cal, and Pastor Cal and talk to them, he's talking about, at least for 9 months, and she did a look like showing Pastor that she didn't agree, but then she didn't open her mouth and say because she doesn't want to rock the boat. Now, you need to rock the boat because soon your anger is going to come out. The anger you talking about that was long ago, yeah, that anger is going to come out real soon because he's doing unfair stuff. No, he don't have no right to do that. That's not fair to you. I did not like that. No, that's being unfair. Unfair what he's doing. I feel like he's very manipulative, and it's wrong for him to do that. Now you're making a decision about the leash. You then kind of forced her with your tears and the what was me stuff, forced her to give up her dog. It's like she's giving and giving kind of now. Before he made it seem like, I'm a giver, I'm a compromiser. No, he's not. He's getting all his way, and she's not getting anything that she wants. She feels like they should be living together, and they should. They should not be doing no extra 9-month lease. That's dumb. He's manipulative. He already showed a little bit of that before, the manipulation of him crying. Like someone was dying and it's just his dogs. He doesn't come up with resolutions that fit other people. He's just into himself and what's best for him, and that's not finna work in a relationship. No offense, but they gonna get into some arguments. They're gonna get into arguments. She's nice and everything, but that niceness is about to go away real soon. Watch. The other side of husband finna come out because he's being unfair. No way, Jose, would you force me into getting another lease if we're talking about forever? And it sounds like Pastor Cal was saying, he not trying to get for forever with that. He's trying to get, like it seemed like he has doubt that it might not work out. So he wants to do that just for his feelings, to get his feeling into thing. But he's not considering how she feels about nothing. He's selfish, man. I do not like Chris no more. I thought he was all right at the beginning, but he was showing one side of himself during the thing. And once he got his way, then he started trying to take advantage. That's probably why his situations didn't work out, because he's manipulative. He just tries to use the fact, I'm a giver in past relationship as his past to give a reason why he starts to be selfish now. Now it's not finna work because Nicole is giving way too damn much, and I feel sorry for her now. It seems like he's trying to take advantage of her. No way. And then we're going to go to Kirsten and Shaquille. When they went to her place was dry. I was like, yo, what is going on with her apartment? Her apartment didn't even look like she even lived there. I was like, girl, where's the pictures? Like, you don't really have any pictures, but she didn't have no furniture. She didn't have no table, no chairs, no bar stools at the bar near the kitchen. She didn't have barely anything in her place. I'm like, she might not really live at that apartment. She might really live at that apartment. No way. Jose's. She don't live at that apartment. There's no way possible she lives at that apartment and she don't got no furniture. So my whole thing with her is, I don't like Kirsten, period. Ever since the wedding when she wouldn't kiss Shaquille because he's not her type and blah, blah, blah. He's not your type, so why did you do the shows? Because you should have known that they probably gonna match you with someone that's kind of like different than what you're used to. Because in order for you to get something good, you have to go outside of what you're normally used to choosing in order to get something long lasting. Like, she's not making no sense to me. Like, I'm not feeling Miss Kirsten. Kirsten, I never liked her. I haven't liked her since the wedding because she's too into herself and she really thinks that she's more than what she really is. And she's very boring and dry and lame. Shaquille, he's a sweetheart and everything, but he needs to give it up, brother. No matter what you do, she's not interested. She doesn't like your bald head. She doesn't like your humor. She doesn't like your seriousness. She loves nothing about you, and she's going to continue to find things to pinpoint that she doesn't like. Even though Pastor Cal told her that she's going to have to open up a little bit and let her guard down and let this man in order for things to get better for her, because she's not understanding that. It's like she's not getting that. It's not about hers. It's about him too. Like, he's there with you and he's making concessions for you. So I'm not understanding her. And Cal already told her, just because you don't like his sense of humor, he has the right to have his sense of humor, and he shouldn't have to cut off who he is because you're telling him that he can't be funny. Like, he has to have something. You don't want him to be too serious. Now he's showing you his funny side and you don't like his funny side. So he has to stop being funny and be funny when you say so. Now, it don't work like that. She needs to get over it because she's a very, like, lame person. Her voice alone is very annoying. Like, she's got a very draggy, annoying voice herself. So she should be lucky that he's even talking to her. Because if I was him, I would just give up on Kirsten. Like, she's very annoying. I'm sorry. Like, and she's very boring. Like, she doesn't talk about anything. Like, she doesn't, like, her place. You don't have no personality from her. He couldn't even get anything from her. And then when he went to her closet, Shaquille was picking her apart this episode. He's going in about her apartment, all that. He was going in on her, but that's good for her because she's been doing that to him for no apparent reason. Now it's warranting him going off on her because her place doesn't look like she even lives there. Like, is this really your apartment? And he even said that. Like, that's kind of weird. So it's good for her. I'm happy that Shaq is coming at her. And like Pastor Cal tried to say, like, you got to open up, baby girl, because he can't read your mind. He does not know you. So he doesn't know what to do to make things better if you're not going to let him know what specifically you want from him. You're going to have to open your mouth and let him know because he doesn't really know you. So right off rip, he's not going to be able to give you what you want because he don't know you like that. I said, yes, tell him, Pastor, tell her. I like Shaquille, though. Shaquille's a sweet guy, but he's just not for her, and it's not going to work for them. I'm sorry. I don't see it in the cards for them either. I don't see it in the cards for barely any. It just seems like everybody's situation is weird, except for Chris and Nicole. But now Chris is showing a different side to him that you didn't see before, where it's just like, ooh, he's sneaky. And then the next couple I'm going to talk about is my favorite person. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody say. Clint and Gina. I like Clint. I like Clint because he's honest, he's cool, he's chill, and he's a person that he's trying to, he sees that he made a mistake last week, when he was on a trip where he said about the athletic and the slender comment, and she took offense and thought that he was trying to say that she was fat, which that's not what happened. What happened was she started with the gingery stuff. She doesn't click with gingery features. She doesn't like gingery features. She said that to his parents, to his family when she met up with the family. That's first of all. Then she told him to his face that she didn't like it. And then she told it to all the other people that was around him that are becoming cool with them as well. Which is like, excuse me, but he's not okay. It's not okay for him to feel some type of way that you're talking about features that he is basically him, that he can't change. He could change his hair color, but why would he want to change that when that's who he is? And that's like the comment that he's talking about blah blah blah. He was talking to me, how I listened to it, because I'm a good listener and I paid attention to what he said. He didn't say nothing about her. He wasn't even talking about her. He was talking about the type that he was into. That's it. Everybody get all offended and he should never apologize to the rest of the house because he wasn't even talking to them. They got offended because they feel overweight or heavyset or something like that, and it made them feel away. He shouldn't apologize to them because he wasn't even talking to them. He was talking to Gina, and he was saying how he felt or what his type was. I understand the other women didn't say theirs, but that's on them. But it's okay for a woman to say something about the way how they're not attracted to the males, and I don't like a bald head in Kirsten's thing. I don't like gingery features, but he can't say that he's used to dating slender and athletic women. I know it sounds like he's trying to say that she's not slender, she's not athletic, which she's not slender. She's not athletic, and no offense, everybody keep making it seem like, she's such a dream to look at. But let's be real, she looks like she has work done to me. Like her lip area and like in her face, it looks like she's gotten Botox or something, or some type of lip filler for her lips. And then, like, it kind of looks like she's got her body done, in my opinion. It doesn't look like she go to no damn gym for 6 days a week and work out. I don't believe her story. No offense. And as preoccupied as she is with her job, I don't really believe that she is working out as often. She might work out a little bit, but I don't think she goes working out that often because she's too preoccupied with her job. She's too obsessed with that. So how can you, and being at her job and doing this and doing that? So I really doubt that she's going to the gym 6 days out of the week when she's so preoccupied with getting her salon that she's getting together, and they're doing the construction and fixing it up, that she's really that preoccupied with working out at this point. Yeah, she's full of it. And I'm with Clint. Clint is a very understanding person. No offense, he's actually more likable than she is. So I like the fact that he's trying, and he did apologize several times, and he's trying to make it work. And it seems like Gina wants it out, but then she's trying to say that she doesn't. And Pastor Cal, when he came to visit him, told her straight up that they have to live together. She talking about, I can't live together. I don't want to live together because I don't feel comfortable, baby girl. Then you should have never did the show. You have to move in with the person that you are married to. You cannot not live with them. That is weird. I'm sorry. That's crazy. I can't understand that about her. How you want to be with someone, but then you don't want to live with them. That makes no sense. So Cal told her straight up, like, do you want to get a divorce? Is this the end for it? Because it sounds like it. Because if that's what you want, just let me know. And she's like, and then Clint's like, I want to make it work. I want to make a real effort at this because I signed up with this because I wanted something real. So I want to see it through. And then she was like, okay, but my whole thing is if she doesn't want to live with him, then she doesn't want to see it through. So just end this now. Like, I don't understand why she's holding on to this. I know she don't want to pay the fee, but she makes money. So she should be able to pay the fee and just let Clint go and let this be done and let them get off the camera. Because if you don't really want to do it, what's the point of keep continuing on? I don't get that about her. You don't want to do it, but then you're trying to force yourself to do it. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. It's not making sense. And then we're going to go back to McKinley and Miss Dominique. Because they met up with Pastor Cal, and they were telling Pastor Cal, like, all the stuff that they were going through, all the things that, were irritating her, how she feels like she has to, since the honeymoon, she's been having to push him to do it. And then when Pastor Cal was talking to him, he said, well, when we questioned you or got your thing, you really didn't specify a specific kind of person, and you weren't too specific when we interviewed you and questioned you like that. So now all of a sudden he has to be adventurous, all the way adventurous. And then he was like, nah, I'm not. And then McKinney was like, I'm not that adventurous. I want someone to pull me out, but I also want to be myself as well. So my whole thing about it is they both didn't answer the questions that they gave them all the way correctly. And they weren't specific enough. And then when they did the interviews, they weren't specific enough. That's why they got put with each other. That's what they both get, because Dominique's mom filled out her application as first of all, but then when they did the interview, she should have been very particular and specific when she did her interviews and told them, pinpointed what she really wanted for real, because now she got stuck with this because of herself, because she wasn't being specific enough. And then the same for McKinley. He wasn't. And I didn't even know he had a dog. So my man, you've been somewhere 5 months. You haven't gotten an apartment. You're living with your friends in their basement. You're now married to someone in someone else's basement. And then you are not, you don't even have your dogs with you, but you love your dog so much. I'm not understanding that, because everybody else has their dogs except for you. It's not making sense to me. And then, I understand why Dominique is unsure with him, because he hasn't really put himself in Tennessee. It's like he's going back and forth, and it's like he's here, there, and everywhere. So it's like she's like really not certain that he really wants to be in Tennessee, which is understandable. But at the same time, she's not a very nice person to be with, because she has a bad attitude. She has a bad attitude. Like, she's very nitpicky, and she keeps talking she's old soul. You're not an old soul, because first of all, it's just the way she comes off. Like, people that are old souls, they have like this air about them and this positivity about them, and they're just so it's like something about them. But with her, she don't have that. She's so nitpicky, and she's expecting this man to be this way and that way when she's not even like that. And I'm just like, ma'am, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, ma'am? So I don't really like Dominique because she's too nitpicky, but I do understand where she's coming from, and I understand where McKinney's coming from. But it's kind of true what he was saying. Like, I've never said nothing about you. I haven't done nothing to you, and all you don't like nothing about me. So at this point, I don't feel like really great about this situation anymore. So it's like Pastor Cal ask them, like, do you want to get a divorce? Do you want to end this right now? Do you want to just be done with it? And then they never said nothing. So for the next episode, you're going to figure out whether they're going to stay together or whether they're not going to stay together. And also the families are coming back. So you're going to see a lot of drama happen, because now the families are going to come back into the equation. They're going to have people meeting them at their new places that they have together. They're going to have a gathering with the family. And it seems like Eris and Jasmine are going to have drama, because the cousin's going to rear her ugly head again, being annoying and coming after Jasmine for no apparent reason. Jasmine has not done any fucking thing to anybody. And I'm not understanding why the cousin keep coming after her. That was your cousin's choice to decide to marry her. You asked him if he didn't want to do it. He said he was fine. So you need to aim your attitude and your smart aleck behavior to your family member. Do not be doing it to Jasmine, because Jasmine has not done one solitary thing to you. And you keep coming at her because she's a pageant girl. Oh, you mad because she look better than you or something? It's like she gets some weird vibes, like she's into her family member. It's kind of weird. Like, the way she be acting is like she's too overprotective. That's a grown man. He is 40 years old, ma'am. I'm going to need you to stop acting like he's a kid or something. That's a grown man. I don't care if he's the only child or not. He's grown. He's almost 40 years old. He's 39 years old, unless he lied about his age. He's 39 years old, so I'm going to need you to stop acting like he's a little baby. So next episode, she's going to be an irritation. When a little clip say show, she's going to be annoying, like per usual. And I still want to see what's going on with this whole thing with Chris, because Chris is showing a side to him that he tried to hide the last 7 episodes. And now this 8th episode, because I guess they're in his regular environment. Now he's showing himself, because the last couple of episodes, he is fucking nasty. Like, he doesn't wash his laundry except every month. It's like, how you're not clean like that, and you have dogs that have dog hair and stuff like that. That don't make sense to me. Like, he's nasty, first of all. So that would have been okay with me. I told him straight up, you're going to have to wash your laundry more than once a month. That's number 1. And then number 2, we don't need to be signing any lease for no for no 9 months. We need to live together. If we're going to be together, we live together. We're going to be married, we're going to be living together. I'm not having no separate lease if I'm married to you. Because other than that, we're living together now. So after the thing, you don't want to live together because you're uncertain or whatever. So I'm starting to think like he really doesn't like Nicole like that. He just wanted to manipulate her so he can have his dogs and live the way he wants. And then after they finish this process, he want to go back to the way it was before when he was just by himself with his dogs and forget Nicole. He's not as caring as he was trying to make it seem. He's full of it now. So I can't wait till next week's episode because I want to see what is going on with these episodes. Like I want to see, I want to see more interaction with Chris and Nicole because now he's acting kind of fuddy-duddy. So I want to know what's going on with that, and then I want to continue to see about the Eris and Jasmine things. I feel like Jasmine should have threw in the towel this episode. I would have been done because he doesn't want to be. He hasn't been in love before. He's almost 40 years old. He's very self-centered. He was very rude to her last episode, telling her how to be inside their house. Oh, you have dogs, so it's like, chill out. He's being very disrespectful. See, me, I would have called him out about it. She's being too nice, like she's not standing up for herself. That's going too far. And Nicole either. And I feel sorry for them too because them two, they're being so giving and so kind to people that they're with. And the other women, they ain't giving a damn. Kirsten, she ain't giving a care. She don't like him. She ain't trying to like him. She trying to get out of that situation. They ain't gonna work because she ain't putting no effort into it. And then Gina's not either. Like after that situation, and she said what she said, she was expecting him not to say nothing, not to stand up for herself and accept it and just be like, oh, whatever, and just let her say whatever to him because he stood up for herself. She ain't trying to feel that, but you say you wanted to be with a man's man, so you need to get over that. You shouldn't have said what you said. And then the Dominique thing and McKinley, they're not going to work either. So they should have just picked to, I think next week they're going to stay together still, but they should have picked to divorce, to be quite frank, because it's not going to work between them. They had an opportunity to divorce now, and they should have took it. I don't know why these people keep trying to try something when they're not really making a true effort to try to just let it go with divorce. Because he gave them the opportunity and they keep not taking it. Because I guess I heard that they give you a fine if you don't go all the way through with it. So I think that's why people are going all the way through with it because they don't want to pay that fine. But for me, if you're not really going to take it serious and you're going to waste people's time, then you might as well just pay the fine and go about your day and live your life. And get off the camera because you're wasting people's time. This is a waste. So this is my review of Married at First Sight, and I'm going to start doing the reviews from now on because it's getting good. So any comments, like, subscribe, comment below. What do you think about it? Who you think? I did hear a little bit about the show that the only couple that's actually going to make it from what I heard, a video came out where they already told you the results that nobody made it except for Chris and old girl, Chris and Nicole. But I don't know if that's true. But someone that's an insider said that. So the other couples didn't even make it. So they basically wasted people's time. Basically, they had these couples together for drama, I guess. But if you have any comments, just like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Goddess T's Journey, and talk to you later, YouTube. Bye.